Hey Sunshine, welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Hey Sunshine.
So I'm here with my husband. I asked you guys on Instagram questions that you have about my pregnancy, and that's what we're gonna answer today.
By the way, you're acting all cool like we just get attacked by a baboon.
We got attacked by a baboon.
We're in Cape Town, and there's a baboon that literally came inside.
It opened the door like
a human being.
Like this.
Open the fridge.
Open the fridge. So the
being.
fridge doesn't have handles. It's those ones that you have to click at the bottom, and it opened it. And then we are in the corner like, oh my gosh, and it's eating everything, and guys,
Story for another day.
So if we look a bit shaken, if we seem a bit shaken, that's exactly why. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's answer your questions. Some of them were actually answered on TikTok as well, so yeah, you can go check that out too. Okay. What were your reactions when you found out? So my initial reaction is obviously freaking out a bit because I was like, I'm gonna be a mom, teenage pregnancy. My parents are gonna kill me. But then you realize that, okay, you're grown. My husband grounded me like, this is a good thing. I'm like, oh yeah.
So for me, obviously, I was excited. Yeah, it was really like.
Yeah, you were very excited.
Exactly. Yeah, I was really excited.
Did you have a period of waiting before falling pregnant? No.
Well, not really. We were married for basically a year.
Yeah, we were married for a year. Actually, yeah, December to December.
Did you not fall pregnant on our anniversary, essentially? What was your...
No, just before. Yeah. How did you find out you were pregnant? I think you should tell me.
Yeah, so essentially, here's a pregnancy speaking. Yeah, so we're in Zimbabwe, taking an annual trip, you know, had the best time of our lives, turning up.
Doing a lot.
You know, sippy sips, everything. It was a good time. Yeah. But I think during that whole time we were a bit sleepy.
I was very sleepy, I was tired.
Quite lethargic.
I was swollen, my legs were big, and my entire body was swollen.
Exactly.
But we just assumed that it's like, we've been traveling back to back. Like I went to Cape Town, Limpopo, Zimbabwe, all at the same time. So I thought I was just tired and my body's under strain. And then my period was late as well. Yeah.
That I didn't know. Are we going to answer the question of the testing and everything later?
Oh no, you can ask.
Yeah, so...
We're going through it.
YouTube with parents. So, yeah, you got back. I think you bought 3 tests.
Yes.
And my pack.
I ordered it on Uber Eats.
Then I'm chilling on the couch, just minding my own business, and I hear, babe, come here. I'm like, when am I coming to the bathroom? What's going on? I get there, and bam, I think 2 sticks, 2 lines, and honestly it was such a happy day.
How many weeks were you when you found out?
I think it was just after, so it would have been like what, 4, 5 weeks?
Yeah, probably.
How does the count start? Is it 5 weeks or is it 1 week pregnant?
I know it can't be 1 week because I was pregnant like weeks before. So yeah, whatever.
But yeah, it didn't take long.
The weeks it gets to my period, that's the, was the pregnancy planned?
It was not unplanned.
Yeah.
In the sense that, like they would say, if you're married and you're not on birth control, then you're not unplanning it. Yeah. But like, I mean, it was planned in the sense that we're in a position where we were comfortable having a baby. Yeah. We just went in a rush because, for me, I've always been comfortable. Full-blown mom.
She's eating my hair.
Yeah, I was saying, for me, I've always been in a position where I was happy with the 2 of us. Our travels, our adventures. So it wasn't a big deal like, oh, baby needs to come. It was, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
How are you and your husband feeling now?
Great. Well, look at us. We're on vacation. Baby's on the floor eating a strawberry. So essentially, let me say, our life didn't really change.
It didn't change.
You know,
it really didn't.
It felt like, people always ask us, and we always say, it felt like she just slotted into our lives. It's almost like, and I mean, she encapsulates both our personalities. We're calm people.
Yeah, we're very.
She's very calm. So to be honest with you, I'd say it's been an effortless journey.
Yeah,
for
she
Parenthood.
just literally she just everything we were doing before, like date nights and trips and just the day to day on the couch watching movies, whatever. She just slots into that. We just do it with a baby now. Nothing changed. No, nothing changed. Was Daddy present during the birth? Yes.
I'll say I'm present, but it's probably
yes, he was there the whole time, literally.
So the good part is, unless if that's a later question, we had the VIP room at the hospital, meaning that for those 3-4 days, I slept there every night. So while she was resting, I was there for every baby feeding, bathing. We didn't let out, well, I didn't let out from my side, so essentially I was like a police officer patrol.
Like, they would be like, let's feed the baby, the nurses, and he'll be like, I'll learn. They're like, let's wash the baby. He's like, I'll learn, let's do it. And it was really sweet.
My little person was high on
morphine. I was gone. How was your overall pregnancy journey? It was actually a very magical time, especially because nobody knew we were pregnant. It was very, like, it was a dot, not even a small circle, it was a dot. So it was very calm, it was really nice.
So basically you're saying you stayed smashed throughout your pregnancy.
Yeah, basically.
You never changed.
People, because we were still seeing like friends and family. Yeah, so we could see them until very late because my pregnancy only started showing very like later on. So it was a really calm time in my life and I really enjoyed it. And thanks to Happy as well because...
No, I mean, I think it's a way, and I'll give kudos to you. Just that whole approach of us being discreet about it, almost like it was our own universe.
Exactly.
Only we knew about it.
Exactly.
Because it's such a deep spiritual journey, right? So it was like, we're here, we'll let everyone else in when the time is right. Exactly. But for now, let's protect that peace, aura, and space. So it was just, and I mean, you and I live in a bubble.
Yeah, we live in a bubble anyway. so it wasn't like it wasn't that hard to adapt to, and he really showed up to make sure that my pregnancy was as calm and as fun as it was. Like I said, every single craving was catered to, everything. Like literally, my pregnancy, I was a potato. I was just in bed the whole time, resting and growing this little love. I grew this little love, guys. I did that.
You did that well.
Thank you. How did you deal with stresses during your pregnancy?
Yeah, so I mean, simply put, you're carrying a baby. So my job was to handle any other stress that comes your way. To be fair, that's my job in general. So for me, my wife is my world, and I don't want anything to stress you or anyone to stress you. So I took it upon myself to make sure I handle anything or anyone that brought you any distress, big or small. And for me, I'll do whatever it takes to ensure that, take whatever means are at my disposal. Sometimes legal, sometimes other ways, sometimes things that cannot be shared. But they're case studies, you know. Simply put, they're case studies. And I'm laughing about it, but it's a very serious thing to me. You don't mess with it. I don't want anyone thinking they can take a chance with you or mess with you in any shape or form. So for me, it's a no-brainer. You mess with her, you mess with me. And simply put, I'll sort it out whichever way I can, but it will be sorted out. So how does she deal with external stresses? She didn't have them. I made sure that they were dealt with, where they tried, clean, cut, closed. You know, I mean, I love you so much, and I don't want you to ever feel like anyone can worry you or stress you or even bother you, you know. Even if it's myself, I'm sure I can be a pain sometimes.
But like you say, I complain about it, right?
But yeah, no, my mom, this is my little egg, this is my little princess, you know. You don't deserve to ever stress.
Basically, I cry to the people who can do something about it, so either my husband or God. I leave it to them, and I'm God's little princess, man. My husband's little princess. Somebody will sort yes. But yeah, basically that's what I would do, and then I'd go sleep. That's how I dealt with it in pregnancy, and honestly, but I had a lot of calm. It was so peaceful. He'd also bring me my dog, like when Frenchie was still alive, just like because Frenchie always made my day better as well. And shame, man, all it is that he does go out of his way to make my life very peaceful. And yeah. So somebody asked, how are you adjusting to motherhood? It was quite an easy adjustment, especially because for 4 months I was blessed. My husband had paternity leave. So for 4 months he would do all the night wakings, the feeds, the changes. So I could just like sleep, recover for that 4 months. And I know that's usually what is a straining part of having a newborn, the evenings. And then during the day we had the nanny, so I literally could just focus on my recovery. So it was a very seamless adjustment.
And I think it was valuable for me because like I really felt like I was a part of it.
Yeah.
I could actually help and show up, and because I mean you just came from surgery, you can't be expected to get up and function.
Yeah.
So I think that period honestly made a big difference.
So what was your favorite thing about being pregnant? I think learning to slow down, because my life is usually go, 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 go. I always overstack my calendars and stuff. So just being in one place and just focus. Yeah, being a little potato. And so I think that was my favorite part. And being catered to like the little potato.
Little potato.
Yeah.
If you're a potato, what am I?
Mr. Potato.
Mr. Potato. Or am I Lays?
Oh, how does that work?
Because you're a potato and I bagged you.
That's good. What was your biggest fear during your pregnancy? I just wanted everything to be okay. That's it.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, you were quite calm. I think I was more paranoid than you. Because obviously, I feel like pregnancy is such a major thing, right? One can't take it for granted. Like my wife is there, very vulnerable. It's a medical situation, so I was obviously worried that you being okay, number one. I mean, all those symptoms, you worry about that kind of stuff. Also the baby as well. Whenever she wouldn't move for like, what does it say, every 4 hours, I'd panic. You'd be calm, like I know my baby.
And we'd go to the hospital, and immediately when we get to the hospital, she'll start moving. Were you scared of giving birth as a first-time mom? I would say not really. I was scared of natural birth. That one I was like...
that head coming out of...
see now that. How did you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually prepare for the pregnancy? So,
I'll take that one. Yeah. I think, honestly, the biggest part, again, was preserving our space and peace.
Yeah.
It was our journey and only our journey. We prayed about it. We kept it between ourselves. It was me, you, and God, essentially.
Yeah,
you know, and with that comes peace. There are no outward pressures, what you should be doing, what you should not be doing. You take your journey the way you feel fit. You protect each other. You create this balloon or cocoon of safety.
Yes.
So I think for me that was the biggest thing. And honestly, I would encourage anyone that if you're going to embark on any spiritual journey that means a lot to you, it should not be a worldly kind of journey.
Keep it to yourself and God. Mm-hmm. How was traveling while pregnant? It was normal, just slow. You're just slow. That's it. What else? Yeah, I think you're just slow.
Imagine, for me, what was crazy to me is this little person, you being the little person, telling me my craving for pregnancy is a vacation. But other than that, you were quite calm on the travels, got your compression socks.
Yeah, they helped a lot. I think that was another question somebody asked. What would you recommend?
Yeah.
So compression socks helped a lot. Other than that, and talk to your doctor. How was the period of isolation and staying off social media? It wasn't really hard.
You don't like posting.
I don't like posting in general. So if you know me ever since Facebook coming out and on social media.
By the way, sorry, I have to interject. Guys, in the comments, I need y'all to acknowledge how beautiful my wife is. Do you see this? You need to do a 360 of this outfit.
Oh my God.
You look perfect.
Thank you.
Days like this, I'm like, number 2, you know. But you look perfect. Yes, as you were.
What was I saying? I forgot.
What was the question? I'm distracted. So
How was the period of staying on social media?
Yes.
So I've always been somebody where I post like once every 3 months. Like this is me actually being consistent right now. So it wasn't really that hard. So yeah, it wasn't that deep. How long was your pregnancy and was your baby full term? Yes. How long it was, I don't remember the weeks, but she was full
quite
term.
standard,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Quite standard. Did you give birth? A lot of people ask this. Did you give birth naturally or via C-section? C-section.
And honestly, in retrospect, yes, it's nerve-wracking because it's a major surgery.
Of course.
You can't take that for granted. They're literally cutting you open. But from a logistics point of view, you're walking there with an appointment and you get there at like what, 5 a.m?
Yeah.
By 8 a.m. you have your
done,
baby.
and the surgery itself is like 30 minutes and you're awake. And so I didn't even research natural birth, to be honest with you. I just knew from the beginning that I'm having a C-section. People in my life had C-sections before, and I saw them, they were up and running the next day. It's no longer like back in the day where C-section would like leave you with that major vertical scar and things like that, and you're out. So yeah, I chose a C-section.
It didn't help, obviously, when we went in that other time. And that woman in labor screaming for like 10 hours.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
You know?
She was screaming from late afternoon until in the morning, like until 8 a.m.
It's pure agony.
Just pure agony, and I was like, okay, guess what? Why did you choose that birthing method? Also, I don't want the anxiety of not knowing when she's gonna come, like, because if you choose a natural birth, of course, it's at her timing. So
Okay, and then you were ready to pop.
yeah, I was ready to pop.
When did you try to induce yourself?
I was trying to induce. I was so ready. I was so tired. I was like, okay, let's exercise now. Let's go to a doctor and be like, hey, please take care.
Get it out of me.
So, yeah, that's why I chose. Also, we got to like put it in our calendar.
Yeah,
I got to know when to pack. I was very calm in doing all that. So yeah, I think that's why. We walked in very casually into the hospital.
Yeah, normal day, you know?
Yeah, it was like a normal appointment. Would you choose the same method again? Again, it's not for y'all to assume as in again, but yes, I would. I definitely would. Which one would you recommend? Whatever works for you. I've heard people say they will never in their lives have a C-section because they can't imagine major surgery. I've had people in my life where I say, like me, where it's like, I can't imagine pushing out somebody. So whatever works for you, just don't look down on any other method. What works for you, what's good for you, it's your own preference. So yeah. Did you get an epidural? Yes, I think you have to for a C-section. It's like a big needle. That was the scariest part.
It's not optional.
I don't think so. So that was the scariest part for me. Did you consider a water birth? I would have loved, because I've seen these birthing centers and they look so beautiful, but I believe in medicine, I believe in modern medicine. Like, I wanted the drugs, I wanted the doctors there and the machinery if anything went wrong. So I was worried that what if something goes wrong at the birthing center and the paramedics don't get there on time and we have to still go to a hospital or whatever. So it was, How painful was labor? I don't feel it because it was a C-section. Yeah, they were like tugging. I could feel the tugging, but otherwise.
Crazy. You've got a whole video of that whole.
We have the whole video, guys.
Like,
the anesthesiologist, shout out to that lady.
God.
She was so sweet. She took the entire video of us, of the whole birth thing, so you can see them cutting and taking out the baby.
Wow.
And then you see her little face there just mad that she's out of her warm climate. What was the hardest part about giving birth? I think the epidural, to be honest with you. Everything else.
Was it scary or both scary and painful?
I don't remember the pain of the epidural, so I think it was
the
scary.
visual.
Just the visual. It was a huge needle.
It was massive.
Yeah. What's the most most memorable moment in the delivery room? Her in her little gown. I love that gown. Yeah.
I think for me, the umbilical cord cutting moment.
You cut it, yeah.
Love that part, and that part as well where I brought her over to you. And you guys were like cuddled there.
While they were closing me up.
I'm like, these are my two angels, man. I feel like that's a priceless moment.
And I love the fact that it was documented. Like, we didn't have to document it, we were in the moment. Exactly. But the lady was documenting it for us, and it was
shout out to her.
No, shout out to her. Did you vlog your birth experience, and can we get a birth vlog? So I actually did. I vlogged the entire thing from leaving home to the last day of the hospital stay. But some things are for me, hey? Yeah. So I vlog a lot. I actually vlog a lot my day-to-day life, but I never post those vlogs because I just feel like...
If you've got trips you've never posted.
Yeah, I've got trips I've never posted. I got so many cool experiences that I've never posted. I just feel like it's some things I don't like oversharing. So yeah. What was the first 24 hours after birth like?
You were high?
I was high. All I remember is just waking up and seeing him like taking care of the baby. How was the VIP experience? It was nice. The food, the food.
Oh, they had oxtail.
Oh, they had oxtail. They had the best brownie I've had in a long time. The menu was to die for.
Very spacious. 2 beds.
It actually looked like a hotel.
Yeah, 2 beds, great bathroom, great view.
Great.
Very, very nice.
And I have a thing about hospital bathrooms, so that one was 10 out of 10. Did you book the VIP room in advance? Yes and no. So when you book, they do tell you that it's not like a set booking. You just say that I would like one. But because birth is so unpredictable, we actually didn't even get it on the day. We had a private room, but we went to the VIP room and then somebody didn't come in because they were there. Yeah. So yeah. What was in your hospital bag? So a lot of people asked this. I made sure there was, so they give you a packing list though. I made sure there was mashonja, the uncooked ones, salami, salami sticks and Red Bull, the things that I couldn't have in pregnancy, so yeah. What is your baby's name? When was she born? What was her birth weight? How many weeks?
I'm not answering none of that. No, sorry.
Her name can be to you guys Princess Ngobeni. That's good enough.
The second.
How is it being a first-time mom? She gave birth to a little doll that I came to dress up in little kid outfits and yeah. How are you adjusting to motherhood so far? So for me, it feels like people expect you to say that, oh my gosh, my life changed and and I mean, it feels the same. Like, it just feels like I'm still myself, I'm still me, with a baby that I get to dress up and do my life with. So it's actually really fun. What challenges have you experienced so far?
The challenge is not being on video with your husband while he plays with the baby. That's the right problems.
What other challenges have you experienced? I think that's it, honestly.
The fact that you can't think of any. Honestly, it's just incorporating some of her in our experiences, but for the most part, like I said, it comes
natural. Like traveling with her is natural. Everything is very natural. Honestly, no, I can't think of something. If I think of something, I'll answer it, but right now, no. What do you look at your child and think it was all worth it? Everything. Guys, she is perfect. She's beautiful. Her 10 little toes. So yeah. How did you feel when you first saw your baby? I was very excited because we actually didn't see her face.
She was hiding.
She was hiding it. Every time we'd go to the gynae for the scan, she would always hide her face. What's going on? It's really hot here, so my hair is sticking to everything.
You still look great. Yeah, you look great.
Like literally hide her face, so I was excited to see her face, and yeah. What did you feel when you first saw your baby?
Honestly, it was such a magical moment. I can't even put it into words, you know? Yeah. It just felt like you're just giving me the greatest blessing in the world. Like I don't know, man. I think the best part that I've honestly been so grateful for it. It almost feels like, and I'll give credit to you for this, so you came into my life at a house, you turned it into a home. I had a partner, you turned it into a family. You literally gave me things that I can't even quantify, you know. And if I were to quantify it, I'm sure you'll send me an invoice, a very healthy invoice, which I will pay over and over and over again. But thank you so much. You made my entire life.
That's so sweet. What's the most challenging part of motherhood so far? Making baby meals.
Yeah, but you insist that she eats organic only.
Exactly, so I have to
Home-cooked
cook
every
all
single
the
meal.
meals, every single one, from fresh ingredients, because I don't know, I don't want my baby to eat like boxed up food, so yeah. How are you balancing being a wife and a mother, or a husband and a father?
Yeah, honestly, it's back to the same answer that it just felt. I think we do everything together, right?
Yeah,
and we share everything.
we literally spend all the
It's
time.
a partnership, so it makes everything so much easier.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have to struggle by yourself.
Exactly.
And I think that's where the balance comes in, honestly.
Like sometimes I need more capacity and then he'll fill it in and vice versa, and yeah,
I think that's what makes it work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breastfeed. Do you breastfeed? No, I decided on formula feeding very early on because I knew it would be quite a bit much for me, especially he wouldn't have been able to do all those 4 months weighted feeds and the nanny and all those things if I was breastfeeding. And I wanted happy mom, happy baby, right?
Yeah, look, I think we got a very good formula.
We did a lot of research on
did a lot of research. Baby is very healthy, ticks all the boxes. And look, for me, a healthy mom leads to a healthy baby.
Yeah.
You know, you need your community to support you. And unfortunately, as a breastfeeding mom, no one else. Unfortunately, as a breastfeeding mom, no one can really assist you, right?
Yeah.
So look, each to their own. But for me, as long as the mom is healthy and the baby is healthy, that's all that matters.
Do you want more children? So this one I'm a bit on the fence about, right? Because I love her so much that I don't want her to share resources with anyone, whether it be attention, financial, time, whatever. I just want to give everything to her. However, for me personally, I know on our wedding, for example, our bridesmaids...
Basically what she's saying is that only children are weird.
So for our wedding, right, we both have like close friends that could have been our bridesmaids, groomsmen, and best lady, whatever. However, we chose siblings because no matter what, your siblings will always be your siblings. They will always be your blood. Whereas friends, even if you've been friends for 100 years, they can actually stop being your friends, but your siblings will always be the people, your people, and nothing's gonna change that. So I do want her to have that experience. I do want her to have somebody outside of us that is like, this is my person no matter what. So we'll see, taking it one day at a time.
Fully agree. I actually wouldn't change anything with your answer.
You're right. So you share my sentiments, yeah. Which baby products are your favorite so far? So this is his favorite question.
Favorite question.
Shy, baby, shy.
So for me, and yeah, you did a lot of research.
Oh, I know.
Yo. Like she kept buying stuff, and I was like, when are we gonna stop buying? Like, but yeah, at the end, I saw the value.
So for me, my favorite is the outlet. I don't think I would have been able to sleep. So what it does is it monitors her breathing, her heart rate and everything, and it will alert you if anything goes wrong. So that one, I would have not been able to do anything.
I think for me, maybe Braze a bottle maker. I mean, you press a button, milk comes out. For nighttime feeds, not having to do all these complicated things, I love that one. Maybe Braze a bottle cleaner. Number 2, put them in there.
And it's a washing machine for a
does
bottle.
everything.
Yeah,
Perfect. Pig Perrigo Pram.
Oh, he loves
So it's
it.
got multiple attachments, what. We've been using it for 11 months now.
Yes.
And it's still perfect. It's also got off-road wheels. I can even do a car review on that thing.
He loves
The
it so
traction
much.
control.
when I showed you a prep and you were like...
I'm like, why are we paying so much for a prep? It's a prep. But yeah, fair.
Which baby products do you regret buying? Just one. It was this noise machine, the sound machine. That's the only one we don't use. No. That and the sterilizer.
The sterilizer. Mainly because we have so many sterilizing devices.
Yeah.
It became like duplication.
So those are the only things. And the bottle warmer. When you have formula, you can't really rewarm your bottle.
True.
So it was just, yeah. How will Frenchie adjust to being a big sister? Guys, Frenchie is no longer with us. Frenchie decided to go to doggy heaven.
Hold on, I just saw these baboons are jumping into the water.
Are you serious? Wait, which
the
water?
bridge,
That one?
yeah.
Oh my god.
And swimming. I don't know if you can see that far, but
Oh, I see it. I see it.
they jump into the water for fun and come back up.
These things are human.
It's crazy. Anyway.
By the way, that baboon kept coming back here trying to open the windows, like slide the because it's sliding windows. What were you saying?
Yeah, Frenchie.
Oh yeah, sorry. Frenchie's in doggy heaven, but she got to experience some of the pregnancy. We have a new dog baby now, Paga, and Paga and her are like besties. They
Paga is
share
an absolute
food.
menace. Made my wife cry so many times.
Oh, so
perfect practice for a baby. Actually, the baby was calmer than Paga.
exactly, I got her impulsively while I was pregnant, and yeah, she showed me place. But now she's with the baby. Oh, let me not lie. She was good, and then when she started eating, Paga became a menace.
Yep.
Oh my god.
They share food.
They share food. How was your first trimester? So the trimesters ranking in like difficulty was 3rd, 1st, and 2nd. So in my first trimester, I had low blood pressure. So I would get like woozy when I would stand up and things like that. But other than that, it was normal. Didn't have morning sickness. Didn't have like your typical, you know that like when people are like first trimester is hell. No, not really.
I think the only issue that I remember in first trimester, the biggest one, was when we went away for your birthday.
Oh my goodness!
All inclusive.
Oh yes. So I had nausea at that time. I had nausea. And where's your strawberry?
Here's a strawberry.
And it was an all-inclusive, and I couldn't eat the food. Oh my goodness! So he took me to a safari for my birthday. And he was eating these meals. It was
Full board, 3 meals a day.
3 meals a day.
Everything.
And it was like full courses, and it looked so good. And all I could do was just pick at my food and ask the waiters for ginger tea. I think that was sad. But at least, you know what, it's better to experience that away.
You're going to be sick at home anyway.
It's like I was going to be sick at home anyway.
Maybe
so.
while be sick in the bushes in the wilderness.
Exactly. So in the trimester, everything was heavy, man. Like, everything was...
That was when you couldn't sleep, right?
Yeah, I had insomnia in the evening, and then I got to a point where all I could do was sleep, and he had to roll me.
I literally, like, when she used to wake up for the bathroom, I'd have to, like, roll.
Or even, like, changing positions.
That was adorable.
So when he'd go to work, and I'm now in bed by myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, I think that was the worst part of pregnancy, having to change positions in bed. What symptoms did you experience? So it was that, it was...
By that you mean?
The nausea, the low blood pressure, heartburn,
the
last 2 weeks. What else? I think I answered it on TikTok though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right.
What foods did you eat during your pregnancy the most?
Fanta.
First trimester was fruits. I would wake up in the middle of the night and scurry to the kitchen, and he'd wake up in the middle of the night and see me eating watermelon. McDonald's was an everyday meal. Coke. What else? You would know because he would go and buy me every single craving.
I literally stock up on tornadoes.
Tornado, the ice cream.
And I forgot what else it was. Fanta, I bought like stacks. But the thing is, as soon as I bought it, as soon as I buy the 12, 15 pack, all of a sudden, no more craving.
Diddle daddles, pies.
Pies, red meat.
Red meat, yes, I loved red meat. So yeah, he'd go and buy everything, and then the craving disappears and it's a new one. Pickles. All right, guys. My baby is ready now to hit the road and also.
Again, guys, my wife is her last man. Look at that.
My dress is.
I need you to stand up and do a 360. I don't think they understand how good you look. Guys, I wake up to this every day. Every single day. Yeah. Thank you, God.
So guys, thank you so much for for watching. So guys, we're rushing for our reservation and also baby needs to sleep in between all of that. So that's why we're flustered right now. But thank you so much for watching. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you guys
also,
next time.
My wife is a luxury event planner. If you are watching this video, you have a 15% discount.
Yes.
15%.
You have a 15% discount, and I will plan your wedding, your birthday, Sunshine the Planner.
Let's never do it.
Aww.
We know it.
So yeah, thank you, bye.